Hello! If you've been in the drone world or in the reality mapping world, you might have come across the terms LIDAR and photogrammetry. But what exactly is LIDAR and what exactly is photogrammetry and when to use which? We'll have a look in this video. Hey everyone, I'm Varun from Hammer Missions, and in this particular video, I'm going to try and break down when should you use LiDAR versus photogrammetry for your drone mapping or inspections, or just generally any kind of mapping or inspection. So let's have a look. So let's start with LiDAR. I think it's really important that in this video I start with what is LiDAR and what is photogrammetry, then go into how do you use LiDAR and how do you use photogrammetry, and finally, I want to give you why should you use one or the other depending on the application. So if you're curious, do watch till the end so you get a gist of when to apply which. Right, so let's get started with LiDAR. So LiDAR is essentially a technique where essentially what you're trying to do is that you're using a scanner which is predominantly using light impulses to understand the distances between structures, between itself and the structures. So essentially what you will need is a laser scanner that essentially you scan a particular object or surface or area with, whereby you have all these laser beams that are being shot to understand the distances between structures and to be able to reconstruct a 3D point cloud. So a laser scanner is essentially an active method of sensing where you're using the scanner to basically shoot beams of light to understand where objects are. And so that can be really powerful and that can be really helpful when you're really trying to get highly accurate centimeter level data, sometimes millimeter level data, in making sure that you've scanned a particular area, a particular space in the most correct way possible. So let's have a look at photogrammetry next. So photogrammetry essentially is more of a computer vision technique, which is all about measuring from images. In this particular technique, what you need is a set of overlapping images, which essentially provide for common features between images. And these features, and by features I mean literally pixels that have common features amongst two or more images, that actually provide data for computers to reconstruct a 3D model by estimating depth and camera poses. And so essentially what we're doing here is that we're using, in some sense, parallax error between images. We're trying to understand which features between images match, and then computers do their magic and put together this 3D model. So this is more of a passive sensing method as opposed to LiDAR, which is more of an active sensing method. And the reason why photogrammetry is passive is because when you're collecting the data, you're just collecting individual images. There is no actual 3D point cloud being created. It's more in the post that you create the 3D point cloud and bring that sort of 3D mesh or 3D point cloud together, and you're able to actually use the data. Now, a big important difference between LiDAR and photogrammetry is that with LiDAR, what you're really getting is a 3D point cloud, which is accurate in terms of where everything is, in terms of distances, but it doesn't really have true color or texture. And so it can tell you where things are more intense in terms of where the light hit more and more reflective, let's say, but it can't really tell you the texture and color of objects. And that's where photogrammetry comes in. So photogrammetry, because it's created from photos as opposed to light, is essentially using the sensors, is using that overlap to create a 3D model, which actually does have texture and color. And therefore you can use it to really understand what things look like. So in plain and simple English, LiDAR gives you the best sort of shape or best sort of distances to the different structures, to the different areas possible, whereas photogrammetry gives you the best sort of visual or best sort of understanding of what things actually look like with their texture and color in place. So that's another important difference to keep in mind. Now, I'm going to move towards why and how you should use LiDAR and photogrammetry. So looking at how first. So if you wanted to use LIDAR, well, as the name implies, you need a laser sensor. And a LIDAR sensor is basically something that you find with laser scanners. And so laser scanners is the way that you would use LIDAR. And laser scanners, they tend to be less cost effective in the sense of equipment. So you're looking at spending tens of thousands of pounds when it comes to getting a highly accurate laser scanner to be able to actually map out the world around you. So how to apply it? Well, you just need a laser scanner, and then you've got to follow the right path in terms of calibrating the laser scanner and then walking your site or putting it on a drone and flying your site. So that's really important for the laser scanner side of things. Photogrammetry, on the other hand, is all about images. So how do you actually apply it? Well, if it's images, you need a camera. So you essentially need to take camera photos of the right object, typically overlapping photos, so essentially having photos that go around the object or circle the object or essentially capture the object from many different angles. And so you can do this with just a normal phone-based camera or a handheld camera, or you can also do this with a drone-mounted camera. And so photogrammetry is essentially just using a camera and moving the camera in the right way, and typically having high resolution, high quality photos can allow you to have the best results. So that's the sort of difference between LiDAR and photogrammetry when it comes to how do you apply each one of them. So moving on is essentially looking at what are the different applications and why should you use one over the other. So we've already talked about LiDAR's powerfulness when it comes to having highly accurate measurements. And this is where LiDAR really shines, because if you really wanted to get that level of detail in measurements where you're going centimeter level accuracy or sub-centimeter level accuracy, well, LiDAR is a no-brainer and that's what you need. So if you're looking at a construction application where whatever you are scanning is going to be used to produce drawings, which is then going to get built, well, guess what? You need laser scanner level of precision, because you can't afford to have things with the wrong accuracy when it comes to construction, when it comes to actively building new things. However, that doesn't mean that photogrammetry is out of the picture. When you're looking at photogrammetry, the type of accuracy you're going to have depends on a number of different factors. It all depends on how close or far you are from the object. It depends on the type of lens used. It depends on how the software is processing the data. And actually, I made a whole video on accuracy of drone data with photogrammetry. So if you're curious, you can go check out that video next. But basically, essentially, you would have a multiple of centimeters in terms of the accuracy expected. And so when it comes to photogrammetry, you're not going to have the same level of accuracy as LiDAR, but you're going to have really good visual. And so if you're doing some form of visual inspection or a visual assessment, that's where photogrammetry really shines, because you're able to actually, at the cost of some accuracy, get that level of detail, get that level of condition that you need to see to be able to understand what is the object, what does the site actually look like. And once you have that information, you guessed it, you can actually use it to do your survey when you're looking for, well, what does the site generally look like, or what does the structure generally look like, where are all the issues, and what do we need to do about it. So that's the sort of place where you would use photogrammetry over LiDAR. Now, photogrammetry also tends to be more cost effective than LiDAR. So if you think about the cost that is required to get started, basically you just need a camera, and you need to be able to move the camera in the right way. For example, if you're using the drone to capture the images, well, you have the cost of the drone, and you have the cost of the flight planning software that allows you to actually take the images in the right place, and finally the cost of the processing software that actually completely automates the processing and the 3D reconstruction of the images to create your 3D model. On the LiDAR side, you have the cost of the LiDAR, which can be pretty significant, but then you also have the cost of actually processing the software and then getting a results, which tends to be minor compared to the cost of the scanner itself. So that's some of the things that you need to keep in mind. And then one other application where LiDAR does really well when it comes to capturing data as opposed to photogrammetry is essentially capturing data in conditions where you actually physically can't see the object with just the camera images. So this could be something like tunnels where you've got low light conditions. If you've got low lighting, well, guess what? Cameras are not going to be able to do much, and I don't need to explain why. And that's one of the areas where you're going to be able to see much better results with LiDAR. So tunnels, also things like capturing canopies, because you're using fundamentally light can actually cut through canopies and any kind of vegetation to be able to actually still map and model that area. Whereas if you're capturing that data with images, well, guess what? You're not going to be able to see much beyond the canopy. So the right way to think about it is that LiDAR is sort of like this see-through camera that can actually cut through different surfaces and give you really accurate picture. It's sort of like a superpower almost. Whereas photogrammetry is all about reconstructing a particular space as if you were looking at it. So it's just basically what is visible to you or visible to a camera. So that's kind of another thing to keep in mind. So hopefully this video was helpful. We went through what is a LiDAR versus what is photogrammetry, when you should use which. And as with everything in our industry, there is pros and cons. There's trade-offs. With one, you might get better accuracy, but you don't really get the RGB true color that you would need to be able to make a visual assessment. With the photogrammetry, you get all the rich color and texture. You're able to do the visual inspection. It's lower cost, but you don't get the accuracy that you get with LiDAR. And the thing is that both of these worlds they're not really worlds that are sort of competitive with each other. They're actually complementary with each other, because ultimately you could actually have a combination of LiDAR and photogrammetry to be able to produce really high quality results. And what you really want to do is ultimately start from the application, start from what is the use case, what does the client want, and then try and sort of like back calculate, well, should we use LiDAR? Should we use photogrammetry? People get really, really excited about the tools they've used for a long period of time, and then they champion one way or the other. But what's really important to remember is that there is no perfect tool. LiDAR and photogrammetry are just two more tools in your toolbox to actually use and to produce an outcome for an end client. So anyway, hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions on LiDAR versus photogrammetry, you can drop them in the comments box below. Very curious to see what you might have in terms of questions. We'll see you in the next video at Hammer Missions.